Yo, what is up everyone, and welcome back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video with your host Kenkukun. And we're going to try and rapid fire this video. This video is going to be probably about 20 minutes long. Now this is going to discuss super easy A's, what to do with your redstones, where super easy A's started, where they're at now, and, you know, there's no telling what's going to happen in the future, and stuff like that, right? So first and foremost, you have this stone. You may have already spent it. This is not what should you do with the stone. This is more of a what should I do with my stone, and then but we're gonna do that based on the units that I'm looking at, all the super easy A's that have already happened, right? So first thing, what did I do to get to where I'm at right now? So let me briefly explain this. I went through this whole list. I went to the Dokkan Battle Fandom Wiki. All right. I went to the character. I pulled up every single SSR on this list, and I said, "Oh, Dokkan Fest." Keep a tab open, right, to figure out which units were Dokkan Fest, right, and which were not. So that was step number one. Step number two, I went into my box. I looked at every unit, and I compared them to the tabs. Was it rainbowed? Close the tab. Did it have 2 dupes? Close the tab. Did it have 1 dupe? Shift it to the right. No dupes. Shift it to the left. Now that we've gotten the setup out of the way, again, maybe this helps you decide what you want to do with your redstone. And we were all kind of holding on to it. Everyone said, hold on to it and wait for the super easy A for Tanabata to be revealed. We might be able to make use of our redstone then. There was no super easy A for the Tanabata celebration on JP. So now we're just kind of, what do we do? So real quick, we're going to go look at the super easy A's that have happened, right? So before super attack, I'm going to take a look at everyone's super easy A. Before they super easy A'd, right, you can take a look at their passives. They're going to be a little bit bleak, right? So Goku's is really bleak. He has start of turn defense, and then he gets stuff for 7 turns. Same thing with Gotenks, and they release, let's see, December 2015, August, a year apart. Wow. And then we have Kid Buu 2015, and then this guy on Global 2017. I don't know what it is on JP, because we have 2 different. Oh, here we go. 2016. Okay, yeah, because we have 2 different stats. All right. Anyway, with that, wait. Who's got more defense? 9125. Same defense. Okay, that's all that matters. When it comes to the calcs, I don't care about anything else. All right. So with that said, the super easy A, right? We're gonna have, they get a lot of everything. So this Goku went from having nothing. So I'm gonna talk about the pre-super easy A and the post-super easy A, right? He has start of turn defense, and then he gets stuff for 7 turns. In his passive, he's gonna get start of turn defense right there, and then it goes on. He's gonna get support right here for 3 turns from his entry turn. He gets more stats for 5 turns. His original passive of 7 turns is right here. More stats and an high chance of additional super for 7 turns. More stats when performing a super going from his 8th turn forward, right? So when everything is cooled down, this guy is looking at 200% to base stats and then 100% when performing a super attack, and that's all you're going to see probably, right? And then he has a medium chance of evading enemy's attack, and then he gets another 30% before attacking, and then he gets defense 150% and a high chance to perform a crit for 3 turns after evading an attack. That dude's super easy is already aged out. Let's take a look at this calcs right here. So as long as I'm reading this right, this is 40% support values in parentheses, linking with STR Super Saiyan 3 Goku. We ain't linking him with that dude. So let's look at the non-support values. Slot 1 defensive stats, 231 at the start of turn. Super 1, 800k or 850. Super 2, 1.1 million. And super number 3, 1.4 if you get a 3rd super off. So here's super number 1. Here's the high chance, and then here's your hidden potential. In slot 2, I assume this is if he doesn't dodge and get the extra 150, right? So slot 2, he's going to start a turn at 165. I don't know why slot 2 is different, to be honest, because he doesn't have stats in slot 2. I have to assume that this is because he's gonna dodge. He's gonna dodge. Like, the 150% dodge is somewhere in there. So slot 2, he's gonna get 165. Then he goes up to 600K, and then he goes up to 826, and then he goes up to 1 million. So you're looking at this guy's defense. I'm actually going to be looking right around here, because he's only good for the first 5 to 7 turns. Really, it's the first 5. After 5 turns, his stats drop off dramatically. With 1 super attack, 600K defense, that ain't it right now in Dokkan. His defense barely equals a normal attack for some of these events. Now, he's not the worst, but I don't know that, you know, and I don't have him pulled up because, well, am I getting him or not? No, I'm comparing what Super EZAs are looking like. Let me go a little bit faster because I want to try and keep this about a 20-minute video, if possible, right? We have Gotenks, similar situations, starter turn stats. No, he doesn't even have starter turn stats. He has stats on Super and then stats when Ki is 11. Right now he has starter turn stats. He has stuff when performing a Super. He does get support for his allies for 3 turns. Very interesting. They both got that. Ki plus 11 stats right there. He gets stats per each attack performed. Very nice. And then he gets a lot more than the other Goku. He gets a lot more than AGL Goku. Reduces damage speed by 50% if his Ki is at 11. High chance of evading enemy's attack, just period. And then he gets another 33% if Ki is at 12. So 83% chance to dodge if you have a 12 Ki super. Or you have a 50% chance to dodge with 50% damage reduction. And his stats, turn 1 at 11 Ki, defense, start of turn 189. We don't care. We're not worried about the start of turn unless the AoE meta, you know, makes a huge resurgence. And then we care about his dodge chance and start of turn defense. Once he supers once, he's going to be at 626 defense. Supers twice, 751,000, right? If we look at turn 4, at 11 Ki plus a 2 out of 3 build-up, right? This is a 2 out of 3 build-up. Starter turn defense, 323. 1 super, 768,000. Or, yeah, 768,000. So, it's better than the turn 1, obviously, right? Turn 6, this is fully built up. That means he's super attacked all 3 times, right? Or, yeah, he's attacked 3 times. He's going to be fully built up on turn 6 with a 12 Ki super. Start of turn 379. 1 super is 531,000. 2 supers is at 743. All right, so this is not too bad. Now, I'm just pulling calcs right off of Google, right into Dokkan Reddit, so, you know, it is what it is. If this is the most accurate or anything like that, I just need a rough estimate. I just want to see where Super EZAs are going. And so far, I would say his Super EZA, defensive-wise, is looking a little bit better, or at least the same as AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku. His passive, this guy's passive is just better. Then we have Kid Buu, bare minimum. Then he gets a bunch of stuff in here. He gets damage reduction tacked onto him. And he's already supporting allies, right? So he does want to get hit, though. He doesn't build up stats outside of damage reduction, all right? So we'll take a look at his calculations. Now, these calculations is like... I'm not saying this to be mean, but this is like La La Land calculations. 200% team. That's cool. All links active and level 10. I love this. I love the calculations, and I'm not complaining about that. I don't know who the hell I'm putting this guy next to where he's going to get all links active off the top of my head. I'm going to assume it's... I'm going to go with the assumption that it is a unit that I can run today in 2024 with items that isn't going to look like a punching bag, right? It's got to be someone that can actually hold its own to an extent to even be on the same rotation with this guy, even in slot 3, right? So I'm going to assume that, you know, such a unit exists to get all links active. There are plenty of Majin Buu units, so... everything but more than meets the eye is the only thing I can't think of activating with this dude, right? So his defensive stats after supering. All right, this is after supering, and this is kind of where I, care. If he's above 70% HP, he's going to get 900k defense. If he's below, he's going to get 857. And he doesn't have built-in additionals or anything like that. So right there, everyone's sitting around 800k to 900k defense. And then we have Goku Black. Goku Black gets a lot in his passive, all this extra stuff. He doesn't get damage reduction. He just builds up, and he gets defense per key sphere. Now, if he's fighting a Goku's family or has a full rotation of super bosses, he gets more stats per key sphere obtained. Over here, this is 200% leader skill, rainbowed and all link levels active / level 10 links. This is the physical Goku Black's Japanese stats, by the way, which we have the same defense, and that's all I care about. Defensive stat on a full super boss rotation versus Goku's family. He's looking at 737 with 5 key spheres. This is after super attack, so 5 key spheres after super attack. I hope I'm reading this right. 737,000. That's not crazy good. 10 orbs before being attacked at all. 0 stacks, right? In his passive, he gets 150 up to 150s. He needs to be hit 5 times, 30%. Just get hit 5 times, right? So at 10 orbs with no stacks, he's at 1 million defense after he super attacks. 1.2 million. That's pretty good for a lot of the fights that start off with multiple phases and are not hitting like freight trains, right? Now, with 5 orbs after being hit 5 times, he's at 1.1 million. With 10 orbs fully stacked, and these calcs are actually making me feel better about Goku Black. He's at 2 million. I'd say that's pretty dang good. Now, again, that's with everything active. I'm not going to always have everything active, so when I go look at him, I just need to see where the defensive links are. All right, so we looked at the Super Easy A's that have come out. Goku Black takes a massive leap, but that's because he doesn't have dodge in his kit. He doesn't have damage reduction in his kit. And those are things that they've added to other characters. They didn't just have those. They were added into their Super Easy A's where they were never there before. Kid Buu didn't have damage reduction. Super Saiyan 3 Goku didn't have evasion, and Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks didn't have none of that, right? So this is a guy, he's getting so much defense because he doesn't have those extra things. So the next Super Easy A could see something similar. So I'm going to say they're probably going to sit around 1 million defense, right? If they're not going to get damage reduction and they're not going to get dodge, they're going to sit around 1 million. They're going to sit maybe closer to like 1.8 million to 2 million, right? If they get damage reduction or dodge, they're going to be sitting around 1 million defense. Let's just say they're just going to tack on another 200k defense, right? Let's just make that assumption. So now that we've covered all the Super Easy A's, I'm going to close the calcs out so some of these tabs are gone. And I'm going to keep Goku Black up because Goku Black, one of the first units I have pulled up, on the left side of this tab, I have 3 characters that are at 55%. Goku Black and this guy came out December 2016, October 2016. All right, 2 months later on JP. Their kits are very similar if you look at them. Well, he came out later and he was not as good as Goku Black already. So key sphere changes 20% to stats per key sphere obtained. Boost superclass allies attack, and then he makes rainbow key spheres versus Aroma God's category enemy. Attacks effective against all type with 7 or more key spheres obtained. Already, I would say this guy came out ahead. You know, key +3. Well, maybe not. He does only get attack and defense plus 15% per key sphere obtained. Key +1 with each attack received. I guess Trunks was better. You know, increased stats, and then here's the 5% extra stats. Right. I expect this guy's Super Easy A to be very similar to Goku Black, where he's not gonna get dodge, he's not gonna get damage reduction, he's just gonna get around 1.8 to 2 million defense or more, right? Rainbow Key Sphere, you know, he's probably gonna get some kind of support thrown into his kit. And how do I know he's a, Dokkan Fest? Every unit, if I didn't mention it, I went and pulled up every single unit and I made sure, hey, is it a Dokkan Fest? Yep, alright. So I can kind of see where his Super Easy A is going to go. Everyone else, like this Cell, this is one of the few units that are going to have attack stacking, and I bet the first one that gets a super easy A is going to be a dud, because they're going to be so worried about him raising defense, or any unit raising defense permanently. They're just going to hold back, and they're not going to be good at the start of the turn. This is the unit that could get anything. He could get damage reduction, he could get dodge. I assume he's going to get one or both, because he's not getting stats per key sphere. Oh, wait. He is getting some stats per key sphere obtained, but not on the level of Goku Black or Trunks, right? So I could see stuff like this. So this is where I guess the dilemma of the video is going to come to, and the dilemma of my choices. Who in the world should I get? One unit, on one hand, I have units over here that are at 55%. My Kid Buu is at 55%. He is a different Kid Buu compared to other Rainbow Kid Buus that I've seen out there, where they, will take supers and eat it like it's a cookie. My guy will get turned into a cookie. A flat, crumpled up one that nobody ate, they just stepped on. Alright? And that's with the damage reduction, that's with the super attack, right? Kid Buu, my Kid Buu just looks like a different, he looks like a different Kid Buu. It's an imposter. So I'm like, man, do I really want to sit here with another 55% Super AZA unit that could end up aging out as quick as Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku, or Super Saiyan 3 AGL Goku is what I meant to say. I don't know if he's Angel or not. He aged like the blink of an eye. He was good for a little bit, and then he was... I don't even use him anymore. I just... If the event's going to last for more than 5 turns, and everything I do in Dokkan right now is more than 5 turns, I don't even consider him an option, right? And then we have Gotenks, which is still... I still run him on a... with other Gotenkses around on Majin Buu Saga teams. We have Kid Buu, which I use if I have no other physical unit to use. I use him, and then now Goku Black's looking really good if he's not constantly fighting over the same key spheres that I usually put him, that I usually give Broly, Sheila, and Lemo. I usually put them two together to make sure that they get their 7 key spheres to dodge, and then he gets whatever's left over. So, a 2 million defense is looking pretty good, not gonna lie. Or do I get a unit that's... Everybody that's rainbowed, I removed, and everyone that has 2 dupes is not even up here. So these are all units with just at least 1 dupe in them. This guy. Should I just get, look at Kid Buu. Kid Buu rainbowed is so crazy, but this guy's going to have 80% damage reduction. They're not giving him anything. They're giving this guy stats. I don't see this guy getting... He's going to get start of turn stats. He's going to get stats on super. Maybe he supports, right? Maybe he supports his the rotation or something, and that's... I don't see much else happening. Maybe he gets defense on super attack or something like that, right? And I don't know where else they're going to go with him. Then we got Janemba. Janemba has a medium chance to dodge, but then he has this really crazy mechanic that people are just opening their eyes to this year. I've known about it since last fall, because another small YouTuber made a video on it and talked about dodge. And dodges in the passives, and how links work with dodge and whatnot. Every time he dodges, he gets an extra 10% dodge. They jump this to 70%, the dude's going to be looking like AGL UI Goku. If he dodges once, he's going to dodge twice. He dodges 3 times, you're not touching him, right? He's going to look like Int Hirudegarn. Should I get him? Should I get this guy? Another stacker, wild card, right? When key is 8 or more, it looks like he might get a Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks treatment, right? When key is 8 or more, launch an additional super attacks. He could literally look like Gotenks coming out of the Super ECA. Damage reduction, dodge, and he's stacking defense. So he's going to be getting above 1 million. So you see where I'm at. So I hope this video helps. I know I'm like rambling my thoughts, and I'm just kind of like talking through the process out loud. If this video helps you, great. If you like this video so far, please consider subscribing. Again, I have nothing else to say. I never liked this dude's EZA. I'm already against this dude 100%. And I'm gonna say stats per rainbow key sphere is the worst thing ever, because you can only get so many. I'm not a big fan of it. I expect them to throw in stats for any key sphere obtained, right? He could be looking like Goku Black Super EZA is what I'm thinking. This guy is anything. He is, and he's getting the defensive. He's getting a defensive support. Now, who knows when these guys are going to super easy? I have no clue. 2017, who's the oldest? 2017, 2016, 2017, 2016. It's going to be one of these two. 2016, 2016, 20. A lot of 2016s. With that said, I think I'm going to be out of here. I'm not going to, I don't know who I'm going to pick in this video. I have no clue. I hope my rambling didn't confuse you or make it harder for you to kind of figure out what you want to do. I hope it just kind of like gave you an idea of what Super Easy A's are looking like going forward, where they're at right now, and what we could possibly see going on in the future. If power creep exists, we're going to be seeing crazier and crazier defense numbers. But keep this in mind, and I'll wrap this up, 20 minutes. World of Warcraft went on for so long and numbers got so crazy, they had to redo all the numbers because it was getting so high. It was really tough to deal with the calculations when they were working on the coding and the updates. I don't know that Dokkan's going to get there, but it's possible. We could see not like a reverse in stats and lowering of, like, if every unit in the game that we have just lost 100% to stats, and then every boss lost an equivalent of defense, attack, and health equivalent to that. No, we could potentially actually see a plateau of power creep in this game. It's possible. It is possible. But who knows, right? They have damage. They have damage capped at 999. Sorry. Is it 999? Oh no, or is it 99,999,000? I think it's 99,900,000. So pretty much at 100 million. If we start seeing defensive numbers up there, they're gonna have to do something because it doesn't go above 99 million, right? So anyway, I'm out of here. I'm rambling. I'm out of here. Thank you so much.